So anyone who knows me knows that I'm very much a techie guy, and very rarely does technology really follow form function of really making our lives a lot easier and not creating a whole bunch of extra headaches for us at some point or another. Which makes me so excited about actually getting this particular product, which is something that I find to be, a huge value in addition to our everyday lives. Starting off with a couple of different ones, and we have a third one that we're going to be doing a little bit later on. So we're going to start off with the August Keypad. We currently have an August lock that's on our door, and later on in the description we'll go through why I love it so much. But this one actually is something that unfortunately the other day I found myself actually needing and really wished I had, which was because I locked myself out of my house at 10:30 at night. All my kids were in bed sleeping, and I had left my phone sitting inside and didn't bother to take my keys outside with me. So managed to lock myself out. It would have been great if I would have had this at that time. Could have just hit the keypad numbers and let myself in. The other one that we're adding on right now is the August Doorbell Pro, and a lot of value into this one as well. I have 3 daughters. I like it for them to have the ability to actually see who's at the front door before they bother to go downstairs and go unlock it. Truly, it gives us the ability to see who's at the front door and be able to communicate with them, whether it's a FedEx driver that requires a signature for a package that we want to have delivered, or basically a neighbor, or actually one of my kids who managed to lock themselves out of the house, and then with the August lock being able to remotely let them inside. So first we'll go through the installation on these, which frankly all the August products that I've installed so far have been exceptionally easy to use and install. So we'll start with the keypad first and then go from there. The thing you really need is a screw gun if you happen to have one. You'll just need a drill otherwise, and a screwdriver. Very, very simple to install. You just need a drill bit, a screwdriver, and that's about it as far as the installation goes. So what we're going to do is go ahead and mount it actually on the back side of the door area, so then that way it's not out there in front for everyone to see. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Actually, I'm really excited about this one. I'm actually been waiting for this for a while. So as you can see, the keypad itself is actually very small, so it's going to be pretty inconspicuous. You can actually place this on the back door, front door. It doesn't really matter where you actually put it. So again, super easy to install, and we'll just get this thing done right away. So we actually have the ability to mount both on the stucco and or on the wood. So in this particular case, we're going to go ahead and mount it onto the wood. Otherwise, you would just go ahead and use the sleeves to go ahead and drill out a hole and put those into the stucco, and then screw the screws directly in those sleeves. But in this particular case, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and mount it directly to the wood and start with that. Alright, so just need to slide it out of the packaging here. Alrighty, so then you just go ahead and pop off his back plate here. And then what you'll do is it has 2 indentations for these rubber grommets, and let's go ahead and screw directly through those into the wood. You'll remove the 2 pieces of plastic, blocking the connectors to go ahead and get this thing activated, so it'll start being able to work. Also use the grommet here just for weatherproofing it to make sure that no water or any other debris get into there. That just actually is a sticker that mounts onto the back of the device itself. So this back sleeve is where it goes. And these do have 2 different shapes, so make sure that you put the right shape on the right hole. Alright. If you wanted to, you could actually use a regular drywall screw as well. You know, if you wanted to go with something that's a little bit more sturdy or stout than the screws that are provided, but these should work just fine. Alright. The other thing that's kind of important to look at too is that on the inside of this, it does have an up arrow key. So then that way you're actually mounting this in the right direction so your keypad's not upside down. That's about the extent of it. As far as mounting it on, now this will just clip right on. And then we go to the app to go ahead and get it installed and working on the network. What you'll do is you'll go into the settings, and it's set up a new device. Click the August Keypad Pro, start setup. Right now it's actually going through, it found the device, it's looking for any new firmware updates that it needs for that device, and it's just going to go ahead and continue through the setup process. Alright, so it's gone through the firmware updates and now everything is showing as connected. You just hit the continue button and setup is now complete. So you just hit the try it out and it actually gives you a code. And there it goes. It's now completely set up. Definitely by far one of the easiest things that I've done. Alright, so it's gone through the firmware updates and now everything is showing as connected. You just hit the continue button and setup is now complete. So you just hit the try it out and it actually gives you a code. And there it goes. It's now completely set up. Definitely by far one of the easiest things that I've done.